Chapter 1018. Sure enough, Tony said, arrest Yon Dami, Hasten Zeller, Lashon Safar, Kyle Zinn, and Tyler Mokel immediately. Have them interrogated and punished as necessary. A few special agents officers stepped forward at once to hold these men down. Sawyer, your son threatened someone physically and caused a public disturbance. Your responsibility in this is undeniable, and you shall be suspended from all your duties to cooperate with the investigation. Tony continued, looking at Sawyer. Sawyer knew that his fate was now sealed and could only nod wordlessly. He already knew who Wilbur was. There was no hope for Sawyer now, not after his own son had offended someone like that so terribly. Tony looked around him coldly, shouting, arrest all of them. The Special Forces agents handcuffed all guilty parties and took them out of the diner. It was only then that Tony finally left with everyone else. After they were gone, the remaining people in the diner broke out into discussions. Everyone wanted to know just who that young man was and how he had managed to get Tony Howie wrapped around his finger. That had truly been unbelievable. Word spread quickly enough, and it was not long before all of Nichetown abuzz. It was important to note that the four Nichetown princes were one of Nichetown's most powerful forces. Now that they had all been arrested, some people were sensing an incoming shift and growing hungry in anticipation. Over on the highway, Wilbur was still thinking about the crystal sternum when his phone rang. Your Holiness, Archbishop Carl Robin of the Sacred Lord of Fire Dragon's Church's voice sounded through the phone. Hello, Carl. Is anything the matter? Not really, but come on. Get to the point. We're running out of money. What? Didn't I leave you with $2 billion? Yes, Your Holiness, you did. But we've amassed 100,000 believers now, and every day they come to the church asking for financial assistance. We can't keep it up for much longer. 100,000 believers. That was fast. Wilbur himself found it a little hard to believe. It had hardly been that long since he left at all. We all underestimated how powerful patron Saint Catherine's influence was. Your Holiness, people have come to the church from all over the nation to hear her speeches. Her charms are indescribable. Every single person who has listened to her speeches ended up a believer in the church. We're growing way too fast, and we've done our best to expand the management team to cope. But it's starting to get tiring. We're barely getting 3 hours of sleep every night. Carl described the situation to Wilbur, but it sounded more like he was venting. Wilbur fell deep into thought. Catherine's natural charm made her the perfect candidate for the position she was in. As long as she was around, the Sacred Lord of Fire Dragon's Church would have nothing to worry about in terms of growing and expanding, even if they did not have enough money. However, money would definitely help the church grow even faster, which was important to Wilbur as well. After all, it was not every day one had the opportunity to peek into the secrets of the gods. Just then, Carl said, Your Holiness, should we slow down on growing the church a little? These expenses are too much to support, and I'm sure we won't have much trouble amassing believers as long as patron Saint Catherine is around. Yet Wilbur turned down the request at once. No, I'll send you another $10 billion right now. You just need to focus on growing the church. Don't worry about the money. What? $10 billion? Carl was shocked to his core. With that money and how the church was growing now, the $10 billion might not last very long. Do you want to reconsider it, Your Holiness? That money's going to disappear at a terrifying speed, Carl said cautiously.